Alright, Tekken 8 Season 2 is here, and honestly, there's a tiny bit of good changes, but an absolutely absurd amount of dumb changes as well. But since there are a lot of changes to go through, I'll probably have 1 or 2 characters per video and eventually one big video with all of these videos combined. But oh my god, the amount of dumb changes, like if you just take a look at Twitter, you will see the hell that awaits us in Ranked. But as for this video, we are going over Lee. So with Lee, for some reason we now have Hitman 111 being a heat engager, which is awful. I mean, it does give us a combo, but... Oh, I didn't mess that, but yeah, terrible, because this is something you have to commit to and your opponent can just duck the last hit on block, which means you die. Next we have Hitman Up 3, which got a damage buff. This went from 24 to 32 damage. But as you can see, it's no longer heat engager, which is again terrible, because usually we would go into Hitman with this. If your opponent tries to dick jab, you hit them with that. So that being a heat engager was really good for Lee. Now we don't really have anything that's super threatening. I mean, at the wall, that's probably still gonna wall splat. Let's just test that out. What was it? Right. Yeah, so we still get the wall splat, but not having the heat engager part of that sucks. Next we have changes to down forward 3-2-3. As you can see, this is now a 14 to 15 frame move, so it was sped up. It's also now safer on block at -14. Still -14 though. And for whatever reason, is a heat engager. Why is this a heat engager? It's not natural on hit. It is natural on counter hit, which does lead to a ton of damage, but when are we ever... You can't really counter hit confirm this either. It's very hard to delay that. It's not like forward 2-1, where you can have a gap of time, or down forward 4-4, for example, where it's a bit easier to hit confirm that. You can't hit confirm this. You have to commit to this, which is terrible. How... when do we ever use that on counter hit? We use that in combos, yes, but when do we ever use that as a counter hit move? The second hit as well was made safer, I believe. So it's now -10, which is still punishable. Yeah, really stupid, but it now also jails. So they can't duck this. Which is nice, but then people will be expecting that last hit. I hate that I have to keep going into the menu to turn counter hit on and off. That's garbage. Please change that. Back 3+4, or Power Crush, is not a heat engager anymore, which is fine, I guess. I believe they removed that from every character. So there's a weird sound effect now. Is that on all Power Crush? Yep, okay. Cool, I guess. This, it does actually kind of suck for Lee, because Lee's Power Crush was not that great to begin with. Because people could jab into this and then duck and launch you for it. They also changed the unblockable input. It was down 3+4, which would sometimes cause issues if you try to do down 3 into Hitman. The unblockable input is now up back 3+4. Fine change, I guess. Blazing Kick, which was down back 4, now has its input changed to quarter circle forward 4. And I'm not entirely sure why, but now for some reason we can go Hitman into Blazing. Weird. I guess it has something to do with heat engagers, since you can basically full crouch into Blazing now while moving towards your opponent. Such a weird change for this, honestly. That was a weird one. Also, Slide... Oh, I'll get to that move. Slide is now +5 on hit instead of +3. Also, it doesn't really guarantee everything, by the way, so let's go sidewalk right, I believe. So if we slide at the opponent and we try to do our punch moves, they are going to whiff. Even just frame slide. If you do a wild standing 3, it's going to hit them. If you do a wild standing 4, it's going to hit them. Also, our just frame slide. Oh, I wanted just frame slide, not record. Oh my god! Just frame slide now does 26 damage instead of 23 damage. Misstep slide now does 20 instead of 17. But like you saw earlier, Lee now has a generic full crouch down forward 3. This is... I fucking hate this. It's problematic for me because what I would do is, if I'm going for slide... Oh, stupid record status there. You see that I use 3+4 for slide. It's because we didn't have this move before. So if I just did in a crouch like this, down forward 3+4, it would actually give me Silvertail. Which means I can't do that anymore. I have to either be doing slide completely. Stupid record status bullshit. Oh my god. Can I change that? Should change it, yeah. Okay. I don't have to worry about that bullshit happening anymore. Now I just hit Marvelous. Stupid key charge enough. But yeah. Can no longer do, well, a fake button input into Silvertail. Now I actually have to commit to using the 4 button, which sucks. Forward 1+2 actually has a good buff. It was 20 frames, I believe. Yeah, it was 20 to 21 frames. It is now 15 to 16 frames. Same for the just frame version. Both versions are 15 to 16 now. +2 on block, as you saw there, with +5 if you go into misstep. Oh, can I get just frame? What happened? Very weird. Also, as you can see, the normal version just knocks down for +18. +21 if you go into misstep. Whereas the just frame input knocks down with a guaranteed follow-up, because now you can do blazing, which is very awkward to do from this. Blazing guaranteed. You can also crouch cancel into a forward 3. You can up back 3 as well, so you get guaranteed follow-ups there. That is a good change for forward 2. Still chips on block, right? Yeah. Both versions still chip on block. Into +5. Forward 4-1 now has a damage buff. It was 20 to 24. It was, yeah. No, it's 20 to 24 for the normal version, so the second hit. The first hit's still 13. Yeah, so that's 24 for the normal version. Just frame version goes up from 25 to 27. They've also made it more consistent in combos and wall combos. But this is not natural, by the way. Opponent can still block the second hit. On counter hit, it is a natural string. I hate that I have to keep coming back into the menu for counter hits. This sucks. Silvertail surprisingly got a buff as well. It is now +3 on hit instead of -3. But again, the thing that I hate the most, I guess, from these things is the generic down forward 3. Garbage. Why is this there? Backsway 4. It now does 20 damage instead of 18. It is also +5 instead of the +3 we used to have. And since Lee is technically +5, then we can get the down forward 3 too. I just don't see that as like a counter hit setup. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, oh, sweet, they have given it 70% combo damage scaling. Oh my god, I'm just frame. So this does less damage now. And this does less damage now. Oh, nice blazing. I'm still not used to the new input. Oh my god. Yeah, less damage overall. Well, the blazing, I guess, is still the unscaled 22. Oh, well, it's not supposed to be 22. I have counter hit on. It'll be 19, I believe. I just don't understand why that got nerfed, but sure. Back 3-3 now does less damage on hit. It finally did get a hitbox adjustment though, so it won't frickin' whiff point blank. You've probably seen that happen to me in videos multiple times. So hopefully that doesn't whiff anymore, but it now does 18 damage instead of the 21 it used to do. I understand a little bit why, because this move is kind of annoying, but then when you look at all the other stupid changes to Lee, it's like, just let this man live, give him some damage, Jesus Christ. Now Hitman up 4 got nerfed and buffed, so let's take a look at it on block first. On block, this was -7, it is now +5 with 6 chip damage. On counter hit, previously the opponent would be considered crouching. They are now considered standing, so you can go into something like this. Kinda nice, I guess. We also get 444. So again, kinda nice. Nice change. However, on normal hit, this is now +8. It used to be +13 and guaranteed down forward 4-4. I don't understand why they took that away. Kinda stupid. Who was getting hit by Hitman up 4 in the first place? Maybe they looked at King J's video, I don't know, but the only people that would get hit by this is people who would wake up with buttons and people who did not know how to play against Lee. So, after you bound them in a combo and you hit them with this, they would wake up and crouch and get smacked by that. But this is such an awkward change. I just don't understand why. It's just really so awkward. And now we get to the worst nerf that Lee has taken. While standing 2-3. Now, insta-bounds. Which destroys all of our damage. Oh, I dropped the combo, but yeah. There goes our damaging combo. On block, it is now also -14. It was -13, so again, another nerf. But this insta-bound is just... it's awful. That's... our big boy combos are gone while standing 2-3 into heat burst. Gone if we were in heat already. While standing 2-3 into forward 3. Gone. Okay, that was a nice forward 3 from me. Brilliant. But yeah, big boy combos. Gone. Also, even at the wall... terrible combo. But yeah, even at the wall, our high wall splat combo is basically dead. Because that no longer bounds. It insta-bounds on hit, so... I don't even know what the new wall combo for that is going to be. I'm just too disappointed to even bother trying something. It's terrible. And especially if you're on a stage like this where Lee doesn't have access to the wall. GG combo damage. Now, I guess I understand why they did this. They don't want you to basically go heat engager into full crouch into while standing 2-3 and then into the massive big boy combo. But it still just sucks. My god, Lee has taken just like some of the dumbest nerfs in this patch. Back 4 as well has its damage nerfed. It's gone from 20 to 17 and I do not understand why. It's a decent move for Lee, so I don't understand why it had to take a damage nerf. Oh, forward 3 as well has been nerfed from 26 damage to 23. It also has reduced pushback on block. So we are now -9 and directly in front of the opponent. So some counter hit setups are gone. We basically have to guess. Are they gonna go low or mid after they block this? Kinda sucks. I guess they felt this move was too good, even though it's extremely linear and can be stepped. It also means that we now get less combo damage from this. This was like 70, maybe 72 or something before. Now it's just terrible. Oh, wow, drop. Just frame, lovely. But yeah, that would be about 66, maybe 67 with the just frames, but again, the damage nerf. We were doing too much damage with Lee. There are also some consistency changes with Lee as well, but they also removed the special style tech, by the way. it is now gone. Where's my controller setup? Special step. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so our back turn special style shenanigans wasn't super powerful in the first place, is now gone. We can't do 1-2 misstep into while standing 2-3 anymore. Not like it was gonna be all that great with the insta bound now anyways. But that's gone. Also, down 2 does not high crush immediately anymore, or its high crush frames have been changed. You look at, he goes into crouch for like a split second there. Now, why that's pretty terrible, it's still going to work against Kazuya though. Here we go, Kazuya punish. Do I have a punishment setting? No, okay. So on block we would do something like that. But against a lot of jabs, including Lee's jab as well, down forward 1 into down 2 is not going to work anymore. We now have to go down forward 1, forward 4. Kinda sucks. Another change that we got is back to 4-3. You hold forward and you can now go into misstep. This kind of removes like Lee's combo stuff in a sense. Because there was a bit of skill that was required to do back 2 loops. Oh my god, I've been playing the game for too long now. Can't do combos anymore. But yeah, there was a bit of skill to that, which is now gone. What they want us to do is this. That was too far. My brain is still doing back 2 into the step. So that's what they kind of want us to do now with Lee's combos. I will say that it does help with the forward 4 combo instead a bit more, because now we can just do that. Why am I not getting the just frame? What the fuck? Perfect. Oh, and then I fuck up the back 1+2. Brilliant. Only when I'm recording. Perfect. Yeah, so it does help with that combo and, well, back 4 pickup combo as well. We would do the same thing. Wow. Whenever I start recording, I cannot do anything. Jeez. Again, not just fine. Lovely. Anyway, you get the idea. It helps with those combos. But again, I feel like it did take away some of the skill aspect of Lee's combos. Being able to do stuff like this. So I guess it's okay. It helps with combos, but again, it's like taking away some of the skill parts of it. But then we also have new moves in Heat. The first one being Phantom Rose, down 1+2. It's an 18 frame mid, does 30 damage, and as you can see on hit does fuck all for us, because why the fuck is the opponent on the other end of the screen now? We can also go into Hitman from this, which again gives us a bit more plus frames, but what the fuck am I supposed to do with this? It's stupid. At the wall though, it does wall oh my god. Does wall splat. Not entirely sure what combo to do other than that, honestly. On block, it is +6, and you can actually go into Hitman for +8. Why? I mean, Hitman is not super threatening. What are we supposed to do here? Hitman 1+2? Possibly a Hitman 2 if the opponent is enough of a muppet to try and jab at -8, I guess. Which I don't see happening, honestly. If they go for a dick jab, we don't have the Heat Engager up forward 3. Oh, well, up 3 anymore. Sucks. Guess we... that's an option, I guess. Going plus frame into plus frame, but... I just don't understand why that's a thing. We also have Crimson Howl, down forward 3+4. This is a homing 16 to 17 frame mid. That goes into misstep if you hold. So as you can see, 35 damage. By itself like this, plus 26. If you go into misstep, still plus 26. You get a guaranteed blazing here, which is just kind of awkward to do, honestly. Yeah, there we go. You can guarantee a blazing kick there. But in all honesty, this is basically Lee's Rage Drive from Tekken 7, but worse. You see what it does here? Okay, yes, it does wall splat as well. Again, same basic combo as that. And this was the worst change of Season 2 because the count hit. Stupid shit. Why I say it's kind of worse is because you see that kind of hit effect? That's what this would do in Tekken 7 when you landed it. I kind of wish Lee had that instead, because then we could get that kind of a bound into misstep into a combo. Because with this, it's just... yeah, that's it. We give up a massive chunk of heat for that. And what makes it even more confusing, by the way, is what it does on block. It does fuck all on block. It is neutral, even if you misstep. Which I cannot understand why. At least give it a +3 or something. But neutral is like... you do this and you try to go into a button, your opponent is probably going to counter hit you. Because again, we've lost the high crush on this in the startup frames. And that's not what I was trying to do there, but sure. So again, I do not understand why it's neutral on block. It just seems very odd. You would kind of expect that they would give him at least a +3 to work with, but no, we get nothing. So it just does not make sense to me at all. Especially the fact that you misstep into neutral. It's like, why? But overall, in Season 2, like, Lee just seems worse. He honestly seems worse. I mean, what's our full crouch mix up? Slide it to +5. Okay, yeah, it does knock down on counter hit, but like, what exactly are we doing here? What do they want us to do here? That sucks because now we've lost out on the big damage. So I mean, it's like, what are we supposed to be doing with that now? Back 3-3 damage nerf, I can understand, I guess. Outbound 2, I guess, is a good change as well, because at least we get some damage from that, if it counter hits, but it's like... I just don't understand it. Did forward 3 need the nerfs? I mean, I guess the damage nerf slightly I can understand, but the pushback? We could really make use of that again? I just don't know. This to me is just sad. Like, really sad. The down 2 is sad. I think they also did that to down forward 2 as well, and another move. I can't remember what the third move is, but sad. Why is this a heat engager? It's not hit confirmable. Why is that a heat engager? Why is this a heat engager? You're not gonna sidestep into down forward 3-2-3. You're sidestepping into back 1-1-2. You're sidestepping into a launch, so when are you ever doing this? I mean, I guess maybe on block? Something like that, but... again, you have so much risk involved with trying to do shit like that. Even the delay is just... and there, I'm not even delaying. Yeah, there. You can't even delay to hit confirm this. It sucks. It's so stupid. What is the point? Also... that is now the big damage combo. That's the big boy combo from Lee. That is what we were getting from while standing 2-3 into forward 3 heat dash. That's slightly more than what we were getting from forward 3 heat dash as well. Or previously, at least. This would be about 74 74, 75, something like that. Now it's flat 70. So again, a lot of damage nerfs to Lee. Just like all over. Back 4 damage nerf. Back 3 damage nerf. Hitman up 4 got the awkward nerf. I mean, why? I just don't understand. What did they think we were doing with this move in the first place? So that's just an awkward change to me. The frickin' generic down 3, I hate. I absolutely hate. Forward 3 nerfs, I mean, sure, I guess. It's just like... Did Lee really need to get nerfed? Did we need to get heat engages that are like straight up commitments? Like, yes, we do have that new effect. Whenever you land a counter hit, you see that like red and bluish spark that shows up. Do you notice it when you land this? Because I barely notice it. I'd say it's easier to notice it because it fucking streaks across the screen when you land a down forward 4. But from this, it seems very, very tiny. So even trying to like visually see that and go for the full 3-2-3, I don't see it happening often. It's a very minute detail to be paying attention to. Again, here you see that streak much easier. So you can hit confirm that much easier. Here this is you just delay anyway, so if you see your opponent get hit, you're fine. But Hitman 1-1, you can't delay that last hit. This, if you delay the last hit to try and hit confirm, your opponent can block. So Lee just got some weird changes in Season 2 that I just do not fucking understand. He is now worse than Season 1. As much of a vanilla basic bitch Lee was in Season 1, I would much rather have Season 1 Lee back. Because what the fuck is this flamboyance for? If the opponent is now halfway across the screen. Same with this. Like, again, this was a really cool rage drive in Tekken 7. Now that's all we get from it. It doesn't even do anything in a combo, by the way. Both of those moves don't do anything in a combo. Besides wall break. Or wall blast, so it's like... He's just taking a bunch of L's in this patch. I don't understand why. It's the... We've decided to nerf Lee's damage and make him harder to play against a lot of the crazy shit that other characters are doing in Season 2. It sucks. I really just don't understand what the fuck they were going for with this character. Besides the forward 2, I guess they want you to keep pressuring like a brainless baboon against your opponent constantly. So it's... Yeah, I just don't understand this shit. Oh wait, there's something that you can do with this on block that I noticed. Hold on. The one useful thing I saw here, if you can time it, is that... Oh yeah, I forgot we have new combo. Is that, I guess? But I just don't understand. Why is it neutral? I don't get it. I just really don't get it. Like it's so hard to figure out what the fuck they wanted for Lee in this patch, because it's just nerfs. And then slight buffs here and there, but like mostly nerfs to what Lee was already doing. And then it's not like heat dash stuff is that grand. Like, what do they want us to do here? Threaten slide. So I guess that's the threat now. Is fucking up slide and getting a down 3 generic in crouch. I hate this change so much. I don't know. Lee wasn't super strong in Season 1. He was okay. He just needed some stuff in heat, which we now have. But I don't see the use of it outside of being at the wall and pressuring your opponent with stuff like this. But then they've taken away one of our biggest combos. They've replaced it with this. Which again is just extremely stupid. I just don't know. Every time I talk about this, I get more disappointed looking at Lee. Can I have Season 1 Lee back? Holy shit, this is awful.